What's going on, you guys? My name is Hartley, and in this video I'm going to walk you through what indicators I use and how to set them up in Questrade. Here is everything you need to know. Okay, so this is what Questrade looks like when you open it up. If you click on charts here, it will basically open up a stock chart for you, and it usually starts on Apple, but what we are going to do today is we are going to look at Netflix. So you just type in the ticker symbol up there and it will pull up the chart for you. Now, when you pull up a stock chart, it will basically auto-populate with the volume on here, and right now it is in a 1 minute time frame, so I'm going to change this to a 6 month 1 day time frame. So each candle here is 1 day, and we've got the volume down here on the bottom. Now, there's a little bar at the bottom here, and if you move it, you can kind of stretch out the chart, or you can shrink it up right till the end, and you can also kind of change the size of the volume here. So really nice. So as of right now, it kind of starts with volume already on your chart. And so to add the MACD or the RSI, which are the two that I like to use most predominantly, I click on studies right here, and then I go down to trend indicators, and I click on the MACD with histogram, and it will auto-populate right at the bottom there. And then I'm also going to add the RSI, so the relative strength index. When you click on that, it populates just below the MACD. And as you can see, I can extend and contract this as much as I want. And so that is how I basically set up the underneath of my chart. I have the volume to tell me how popular this stock is right now and how many people are actually trading it. The MACD helps me determine the direction of it, and the RSI helps me confirm whether it is overbought or oversold. And so that is how I set up the bottom of my chart. And now to set up the basically studies or the overlays on the actual chart, there's a couple different things. I usually start with my drawings, and the two drawings that I use most predominantly are the trend line and the price line. And so I'm going to start with the price line. I'm going to draw it here at our high, I'm going to draw it here at our low, and I'm also going to draw one here because I think we've got some support there. And so I have my price lines extending all the way to the right. Now, if you want to change those settings or you want to put those settings in, you click on right click and then you go edit price line, and you can see this little box here where it says extend price line to the right. You click on OK and it will extend your price lines. You can also adjust a couple other things in there. And so this is how I set up my price lines. I'm also going to add in a trend line. You can see this was sort of coming in from the left hand side there, and a little down, a little up, and that's how you would draw your trend lines, basically connecting the highs and the lows wherever you'd like. Okay, so now that we've got our price levels on here as well as our trend lines, it is time to add a moving average. And so that's really simple to do. You go trend indicators and you go moving average, and it will auto-populate this blue line here, which is a 20-day simple moving average. Now, me personally, I like to use an exponential moving average. So all you do is double click on it at the top here. You come down here and you change it from an SMA to an EMA. You click on apply and then you go OK, and all of a sudden you now have an exponential moving average. Let's say you wanted to use a volume weighted moving average. It's really simple. You go trend indicators and then you have that option right here, volume weighted moving average. I'm going to leave it right now, but that is how you set that up. So now, based on this chart, we've got a couple of different things we can pull here. If we have increasing or decreasing volume, that can give us a buy or sell signal. If we have a crossover of the MACD at any point, we can get a buy or sell signal there. If we have the RSI enter or exit the overbought or oversold zone, we can get our entry or exit there. We can also withdraw that from our price levels and our trend lines, as well as the price level crossing above or below our moving average. You can also add in 1 or 2, maybe even 3 more moving averages, or even your Bollinger Bands to get more and more signals, but I do not recommend you overload yourself or you overwhelm yourself. Now, the one thing that I do recommend you add to your chart is a little bit of margin around the sides here. As you can see, my price action does not go all the way to the sides. It does not go all the way to the top or to the bottom, and you can adjust that by right-clicking here. You go down to your settings, and there's a couple of settings in scaling here. I put a 15 bar margin on all of my charts, and what that allows me to do is have a little bit of space here between the end of the chart and the actual price action itself, and it just helps me understand the chart a little bit better and just kind of space it out a little bit more evenly. And then as I'm going through here, I will basically take my trend line indicator and I'll say, okay, the price crossed through the average there, it crossed through the moving average there. What do the rest of my indicators look like? What did the volume look like at this point? What did the MACD look like? Oh, look at that. The MACD had crossover points basically at the exact same time. I wonder what the RSI looked like. Oh, as you can see, the RSI left tested, basically left the overbought zone and then started to come down again over there. It also left the overbought zone right here. So really interesting how you can set this up and how some of the indicators start to align, especially when you set your chart up properly. This is how you get your buy and your sell signals, and this is how I look at the chart when I am swing trading or when I am day trading. So if you guys get any value out of this, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. I sincerely appreciate it. If you're interested in joining my Discord chat, it is technical analysis on a daily basis as well as my weekly watch list, and I share all of my charts that I put together like this. So if you get any value out of charts like this, definitely consider joining my Discord. It is $5 per month. The link is down below and I would love to have you there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.